music, let me get you a pile of clothes. And we're here for you two men. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for anything goes with Larry and Ray. All right, well here we are.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, that's right.
This is season 2. Push over. All right, push over. Stop me.
Hold on there.
All right, good.
Hi, folks.
Don't get near. You're a little too close.
I love that theme song.
It is a
What
great
is that theme song, by the way? You chose it.
I think it's the Hollywood Squares.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. You're going to push me out of frame.
You see how they can see me and love me?
Now there's too much of a gap.
No, all right, you come in just to here.
A Mack truck can fit through this gap. I feel pretty good.
You don't feel too close? Okay.
No, we're a very close family. Showered twice today in preparation.
Well, you know.
The second shower didn't take.
You finally, you read my memo.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Here we are. What are we? Season 2, episode 2.
Episode 2.
It's a beautiful day.
It is gorgeous.
Just occurred to me that we're approaching our 1-year anniversary of the epic first show.
Wow. Which we never thought there'd even be a number 2, never mind number 8.
Nobody thought they'd ever let us out in the community again, is what you're saying.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, after that bout of, house arrest.
Yes.
That was going to probably hold us back.
And thank God for a lot of takeout places in the greater Cambridge area, because when we were on house arrest, we ate like kings.
Yeah, really.
Well, maybe like Jessica's.
Well, mostly through a straw.
Yeah, but at least we ate.
Yeah.
You know, nothing like a liquid meal.
That's true.
So what do we get going on?
Well, you're probably wondering why I was a little bit late today. You were very here in the lap of comfort, totally relaxed, and I was a little harried.
I was totally unencumbered here.
Well, the reason is, of course...
Let me guess. It had to do with Chen.
Yes.
And as you guys know, Chen is Larry's dog that we hear about all the time.
That's right.
It was a Chen-related
It was
issue.
a whole Chen program.
Wow.
So I took her out early, like around 2:15.
Yep.
I figured I'll be home by 3 o'clock. I didn't get home till 3:45.
3:45.
She took me pretty much all over Brookline.
It's almost like she knows. She knows you've got a commitment.
Yeah. And I couldn't really get her back, and she knew that I really needed to get back, and she purposely, delayed.
Wow.
So, but nevertheless,
mischievous.
I did hurry her along. I had to cajole her. I got to give her extra treats.
You bribed her, basically.
I had to carry her a quarter of a mile, but otherwise, it was a fine walk.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah. Anyways, I am here, and we have a lot to talk about, do we not?
A lot to talk about.
That's right.
We got a lot going on.
Right. So, why don't we start by talking about our trip to the garment district yesterday and why we were there, in fact.
Well, we have a big corporate event coming up in a few days where we're going to do a version of Hollywood Squares in front of maybe 200 people.
That's right. First corporate gig.
First corporate gig.
We've had many. No, I'm just kidding.
Right, but this one people are going to actually be at. And I'm going to be the center square, of course.
That's right.
The oddball square.
The Paul Lind of the 2010s.
Right. And people, men of a certain, and women of a certain age will remember the Hollywood Squares. I don't think a lot of you millennials.
Yeah, who were some of the big stars in the Hollywood Squares?
Paul Lind, you mentioned, the center square. Charlie Weaver.
Right, and by the way, did you know Charlie Weaver's real name was Charlie Arquette?
Yes. Yes.
And do you know who he's the father of?
The Arquettes.
Well,
David Arquette.
There you go.
Roseanne Arquette.
Right.
Patricia Arquette.
Yes.
Chicken croquette.
That's my favorite croquette.
Of course it is. I like the sauce they put on it.
No, but seriously, did you know that?
I didn't know that until I saw our pre-production memo.
Wow.
From our crack production team.
That's pretty unbelievable, I think.
But how would you get Weaver? In fact, Weaver is the name of a chicken as well, right?
That's
true. So it all comes full circle.
Yeah.
The chicken croquette. See what I did there?
Yeah.
So, but I don't understand how the Weaver came to Arquette, but whatever.
Well, because he was kind of like a farm, like a hillbilly-ish.
Country bumpkin type of guy.
Kind of like, you remember how there was, who was that woman that used to wear like the price tags on her hat?
Minnie Pearl.
Minnie Pearl? Or was it...
No, it was Minnie... Don't even question. It was Minnie Pearl.
Minnie Pearl, okay. Well, back in the 70s...
What do you think it was? Roseanne Barr?
No, I was thinking some other person. I just can't recall.
No, and nobody knew how much the hat cost. We just saw the price tag.
Right.
I believe it was 89 cents. No, Kate Smith is the one who sang the national anthem a lot.
Okay.
Came from Philadelphia.
Yeah, I think it could have been Minnie Pearl. Yeah.
I think she had a Minnie Pearl hat.
Yeah.
So who else was on Hollywood Squares?
Well, you had Maury Amsterdam and Rose Marie from the Dick Van
Dyke Show. Yeah.
Right, you had Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks, a young Mel Brooks who was just starting out in the late 60s, early 70s.
You had Wally Cox, who was the voice of...
Underdog.
That's right.
One of the most famous dogs in cartoon history. That's a whole other story.
And didn't we once do a show on cartoon dogs?
Yeah, the whole Pluto versus Goofy thing.
And Scooby-Doo.
And Scooby-Doo.
And there was a whole... Because we had that animal rescue program.
Right, one of our most successful programs.
I would say it was the most watched.
Most watched, 60,000 views.
65?
Yeah, by the same person over and over again, but at least we had the views, so that was good.
They were busy.
Very busy.
Yeah. Who were some of the other stars? Or that was pretty much, would you say that's...
Yeah, those were the basic ones. Yeah.
J.J. Walker, Jimmy J.J. Walker.
Jimmy J.J. Walker.
Red Fox.
Red Fox. Vermont. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 X's for a reason.
Yeah, I've seen his nightclub act. I know why there's 2 X's on his name.
Yeah.
But great stars. If you guys ever get a chance, Google the old Hollywood Squares show. Yeah. When did it start? The late 60s?
I was actually started in, I believe, 1961.
Was that in our pre-production notes?
Yeah, it went from 69 or 61 to 80.
Wait, no, 69, not
69 to 81, right?
Right.
And Peter Marshall was the host.
Yep. And you're going to be the host when we do the corporate gig.
That's true. I've got enough. So that's why we're at the garment district, because I needed a powder blue ruffle shirt, right? Tuxedo shirt.
And we should have videotaped.
White shirt, a white jacket.
Yeah.
And basically, the big collar.
Yep.
The
70s look.
The 70s leisure style.
And the glasses, the Peter Marshall
big,
glasses.
tinted glasses.
Yeah. So Larry's going to be the MC, basically. And this corporate gig.
Right, and you'll be center square, and then the employees, of course, will round out the square.
Employees make up the other 8 squares.
And there's a lot of rules to the game, 3 squares in a row, diagonal,
it's basically
across,
tic-tac-toe
up or
with
down.
people.
It's basically tic-tac-toe with people.
Yeah, it's using people for what you can't do now, of course.
Right.
Now you can get arrested for using people to play tic-tac-toe, but back then, it was a crazy time for everybody in the late 60s, early 70s.
It really was. And then, of course, we went to, we did a little
the garment
shopping
district.
For the Big Lebowski.
No,
right?
we hadn't been to the garment district in years,
Right.
In fact, we might go back for our annual late October Halloween show as well. But it's fascinating. You walk in there and they sell clothing by the pound.
Well, it was a huge pile of clothing. There were actually people, neighborhood folks, sitting on the floor among a very large pile. And I saw some clothing moving. I could only assume that there was somebody underneath.
It could have been a varmint or something rummaging. The clothing's clean. It's good clothing. There was like 30 people. It was like a feeding frenzy.
Is it clean?
Yeah, it's definitely clean. Yeah. The garment did. No, they do a good job there.
Yeah.
So we had to get Larry a costume.
Right.
For another event.
That's true.
That's going to happen. Well, I'm not sure when you're going to be seeing this airing, but on Monday the 20th.
The 19th.
Whatever.
Oh, today's the 19th. The 20th.
So Monday the 20th.
Tomorrow, basically tomorrow, if you're watching this live.
We're going to go to the annual Big Lebowski showing at the Coolidge Corner Theater in Brookline.
On the big screen.
Huge screen.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest
over
screen
450 people will be there.
Yep.
How many years in a row have we gone?
Like 7.
No?
Maybe.
You're not exaggerating?
Well, between 2 and 7.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, probably.
Maybe 4.
4 sounds about right.
Yeah. But anyway, we're going to be, prior to the show, they do these little skits. Normal people, or abnormal people, like Larry and myself, will get up and do little, like maybe 2-minute skits from various parts of the Big Lebowski.
Yeah, basically you're going to act out depending upon your, the character that you portray.
Yeah.
I, for example, I'm going to be the sheriff of Malibu.
Yeah, and I'll be the Big Lebowski.
And you'll be the dude.
Being yelled at by the sheriff.
Of course. In fact, perhaps we should, try it out right now.
You got the script?
Let's try it. I really don't even need it. I have it by heart. Let's see if I can memorize, because I got to have it memorized by tomorrow, right?
Sheriff of Malibu scene, take 1.
All right, I'm going to start off. Ready?
Go.
Yeah, you hold this.
All right.
All right, so I'm the sheriff of Malibu. I got the sheriff's hat. I've got the sheriff's, brown shirt with the badge. And the Big Lebowski, the dude here. He gets thrown into the sheriff's office. He happens to be holding a coffee mug.
He's a little bit tipsy from being drugged.
He's he's drugged out, so.
Yeah.
Mr. Treehorn tells us that he had to eject you from his garden party because you were drunk and abusive.
Mr. Treehorn treats objects like women, man.
Mr. Treehorn draws a lot of water in this town. You draw shit, Lebowski. I can edit that out, don't worry. Now, listen, I run a nice community here, a nice and quiet little beach community. And I want to keep it nice and quiet. So let me say this plain. I don't want you bothering our citizens, Lebowski, sucking around and bothering our citizens. You got that? I don't like your jerk-off name. I don't like your jerk-off face. I don't like your jerk-off behavior. I don't like you, jerk-off. Do I make myself clear?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Get out of my beach community, deadbeat!
Ow! You freaking fascist!
You ugly, effing, gold-bricking ass out of my little beach community!
Wow. All right, there it is, folks.
Oh, you
Picture it. Picture
That was
with
kind of horrible, actually.
picture it with
I thought I
costumes.
forgot my lines.
I know you did.
know what?
You're over the
When the
place.
lights are on,
Yeah, you
is
panic.
there not a lot of pressure?
There's a lot of
Give
pressure.
me that back. I want to maybe see
Right.
where I screwed up here.
So we're gonna be there
Okay.
anyway. Coolidge
Anyways.
Corner Theater Monday night.
You know, I just have to kind of play along and pretend. If I don't have to remember it by heart, I'm probably better off, right?
Okay.
Stay out of Malibu, deadbeat. Keep your ugly effing gold brick and A out of my beach community.
Right.
Now, I went over this like 30
Yeah.
times.
And then you throw a cup at me.
I throw a
He
mug
throws
at your
a
head.
mug at my head, a paper
Yeah.
mug, or maybe a plastic
All
or
right.
a styrofoam mug.
Also, standing up, I go out of the shot, so that didn't work either.
Yeah, but
All
anyway,
right, anyway, so
that's
they-
what we're gonna be doing.
Hence, we're not,
It'll be much better with costume and after rehearsal.
yeah,
and
that's,
such,
and
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
When it's over.
when it's over. So anyway, Monday night, Coolidge. By the time you guys see this, we've
Yeah.
already probably won our award because they're gonna give awards to the
yeah.
best skit. And as
Right.
you can see from Larry's interaction with me,
Yeah.
it's a good shot that we're gonna
All right.
win.
Yeah, you should watch the and watch the show a little. I mean, watch
Yeah.
that particular. It's scene 29, by the way.
See, how do you know?
Because when I was googling it, it
Yeah.
told me this was scene 29.
Oh, there you go.
It's interesting how they number all the scenes.
Well, they get it. They know what they're
Yeah.
doing.
You know, it's not easy being an actor.
It isn't. Why?
Right?
You're an actor?
No, I'm just saying, memorizing the lines is very hard.
It is. It's much more
I
difficult.
spent hours on that and I blew it.
Yeah, I only had one line actually, and I
did
almost
pretty
blew
good,
it,
though.
and stuff. So hopefully we'll come back with whatever prize
Yeah.
they give us. So
Okay.
that'll be nice.
Could be some bobblehead dolls. Could be a suite of
Videos,
DVDs
of
all
the Coen Brothers movies.
Yeah,
So,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, Garment
Yeah.
District was great. There was a lovely young lady, the tall lady with the tattoos.
That's right.
Lovely
The
woman
girl with
who
the
helped us
tattoos.
out. Helped Larry get a sheriff outfit.
She may actually even come to the show.
She might be at the show, and
Tomorrow
hopefully
night.
she isn't watching this, because then she won't vote on us.
Well, we
show.
haven't put it up yet, so
Yeah.
it really
Yeah.
does take a little effort on our part to
Yeah.
publicize the program.
Yeah.
Should we perhaps even call in Sylvia and do our little Hollywood Squares questions, or I could jump right into my stand-up?
Why
I
don't
think
we
she's
do
coming in,
this?
actually.
Let's bring her in. Let's bring
I
our
think- come on in,
producer.
Sylvia. Yes, Sylvia. Hello, welcome. All right, so we have a fantastic, by the way, I know you all can't see us, but
Do
we
you want
have
a chair?
fantastic studio audience. What would you say, there's 30 or 40 people out there?
At least 40 people.
You know, well, this young lady came in and she brought many friends. So, let's see. We are
Let's
at,
explain what we're doing.
yeah, so tomorrow, this Thursday, we have a corporate gig, and we're going to be doing the Hollywood Squares. Ray is going to be the center square. I'm going to be the Peter Marshall character in my blue,
Fluffy,
ruffled
ruffled
tuxedo shirt and too tight, jacket.
Yep.
My tinted glasses. Of course, the shirt will be, wide open as they used to wear in the 70s.
Yeah, it was a
they
crazy time for everybody.
Yeah, there was
back then, so.
gold. I was thinking of
Gold
the gold
necklace.
chain,
Yeah.
absolutely. And of
Did you
course,
ever watch the Hollywood Squares? Yeah, really? Good, good. So you're a very young lady, and a lot of the newer generation hasn't
right,
experienced them.
Old people TV.
Yeah, exactly. Old people
Exactly.
TV.
Is that what
That's
they
our
call it?
target audience.
right. They call it Me TV now.
Yeah, Me TV or
I think they
UTV
do.
or True TV.
Yeah.
Which is ironic for
All
us.
right.
but-
So I'll pretend you want to be the contestant.
yeah.
And your name is Ray Castagnola.
Yep.
So our first contestant is Ray Castagnola, and this is his first time on the show. Welcome, Ray.
Thank you, Larry.
Wow. And Ray has a lot of interesting facts about his life. In fact, when he was 12 years old, he was chased. Were you not? He was at the zoo. The giraffe got loose, and he literally chased you around the park. Did he not?
It did. Yeah,
Yeah.
the giraffe chased me around the
Yeah,
park.
and that's sort of that moment
Traumatized me.
really set forth
Right.
the rest of your
No,
life.
I'm afraid
really.
of anybody over 6 feet.
Exactly.
I run the other way, to be
Right.
honest with you.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Larry's 5'11" and a half, so we get along fine.
yeah,
If you get half an inch more,
I know
that would have been
there
it.
could be trouble.
Yeah.
So, and just for the audience who perhaps hasn't seen the show in several decades, the object of the play is to get
Several
3 stars in
decades.
a row. What happened to the show? The object of the game is to have 3 stars in a row, either across, up or down, or diagonally. I think everybody knows how to play tic-tac-toe. So, Raymond, I'm sorry, Sylvia, you're going to be our first guest, okay? And here's your first question. So you two will alternate with the two of you. So,
and we haven't seen. I don't know the answers to these questions. It's the
Right.
first time.
so Sylvia, which is the only mammal that can't jump?
Should we play music in the background?
Which is
Yeah.
the only mammal.
The only mammal that can't jump.
The elephant.
That is correct.
Wow!
Oh my God! You know, I was actually also thought it was going to be whale, but so she gets an X.
For those of you who hear, it was elephant, the elephant.
Yeah.
So see, in the show, when we do the show, you would get an X.
You get it. Well, the star that you selected, say Wally Cox, for example.
I was going to say my cousin Andrew was the only mammal that can't jump, but elephant was the right answer.
What about whale?
Whales can't jump either.
But whales, I hear they can breach,
skim,
right?
They skim.
And breaching is kind of jumping, right?
Right. Is it?
So I was thinking whales and dolphins, because are they not both mammals? The whale's a mammal, as we know.
Whale is a mammal. Dolphin's a fish, isn't it?
Dolphin could be a fish.
Also, it used to be a good restaurant in Central Square.
That's true. Anyways, the elephant is correct. So
good job.
Congratulations.
One for one. So you have an X. You're X. I'm O.
Now, you kind of know the answers, right?
Well, in general, but we'll offer them.
All right, ready? So it's your turn. Okay, Raymond, would you like to select a star? Perhaps you'd like to select.
Let's see.
How about patty cakes?
How about patty cakes? All right,
okay.
patty cakes. Please.
All right, great. Well, now you have to be patty cakes.
I'm patty cakes.
Okay, patty cakes. Which nail grows the fastest?
Which nail grows the fastest? I would say the pinky toe nail.
You are incorrect.
Oh,
Sylvia, would you like to take a wild guess? Even though that's not how the game is played.
The thumbnail.
That is wrong.
Wow. That's a good guess, too.
All I have here is middle, but I'm going to guess it's middle finger. The reason I say that is because I happen to know fingernails grow faster than toenails.
Oh, really? This is what he spends his time doing. He researches this stuff.
So I happen to know that. So it has to be middle finger. Okay.
Next question.
Back to Ray. Would you like to select another star, perhaps?
Let's go with Chris.
All right, you mean Chris Ortiz?
Chris Ortiz.
Okay, fantastic. So Chris Ortiz. This is too easy, so I'm going to go to a different one. This one you can relate to.
Okay.
The most perjury is committed in what kind of court case?
Oh boy, what perjury? The most perjury is committed in what kind of court case? I would say something involving insurance.
You are wrong.
Oh.
You really didn't read the study at all. That's good. Would you like to take a wild guess, Sylvia?
Civil court case.
Just says in a court case.
Oh, in a court case.
I'd say it was more likely civil, only because if it's criminal and you commit perjury, you're in big trouble.
Right, true.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's true.
I have no idea.
All right, it's a certain kind of a divorce. I'll tell everybody. It's a contested divorce.
A contested divorce. Wow.
That's where the most perjury is committed.
In fact, you know what? Let's put our phone on because maybe some of our viewers would like to answer some of these questions.
Absolutely. So we have about another couple of quick minutes. Let's do a few more questions. Back to Sylvia now. In Tennessee, it is illegal to drive if you are what?
Oh, I know. Well, all right.
It is illegal to drive if you are left-handed.
Wow.
Wow, that's a very creative answer.
That's interesting, but that is not the answer we were looking for.
Next refusal?
Yes, you may try to
I
guess.
think if you're a horse or a very small rabbit. What, is that wrong?
The answer would be...
How many horses? Remember Mr. Ed drove in that episode once?
That's true.
But that wasn't in Tennessee, right?
Oh, wasn't there a bear that drove in a Three Stooges vignette?
Yes.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about. That might have been in Tennessee.
So repeat the question, and what was the answer?
In Tennessee, it is illegal to drive if you are asleep.
Wow.
Okay.
How about that? In Massachusetts, you can drive all. In fact, that's how Larry got here. He was asleep at the wheel for 20 minutes.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a weird. Let's go to another one.
Ready for this one? I have a better answer than the correct one. So.
Wow. One more. Then I'm going to get into your act.
Okay, that's right, because we have to start at 5:20. It is illegal. Who's this for? You or Sylvia? I think it's Sylvia's turn.
I think I've lost.
Your turn?
You can ask me. I'll get it wrong.
Oh, you got the last one. Okay, your turn. It is illegal in Georgia to do what with a fork?
Well, I have a lot of relatives in Georgia, and the answer is to eat with a fork. I don't think they know what a fork is.
Though?
Anything, any kind of food
at all.
Eating is
correct. Well, it happens to be fried chicken.
Wow, you cannot eat fried chicken with a fork.
Also, it is illegal there's something else you cannot do with a fork in Georgia, and that is chase your cousin.
I've heard about that too.
Just your cousin.
Well, they're into relatives in the South.
Yeah, there's a lot of forking.
Maybe I shouldn't say that.
All right, what else we got?
Okay, one last question.
One last, then we're going to go into your...
Okay, ready? This is to Sylvia. And you might have a funny answer to this question, but I'll throw it to Sylvia first. In Georgia, didn't we just ask about Georgia? In Georgia, it's illegal to keep what in your bathtub?
Chickens.
Wow.
Well, it is an animal, So
It
that
is
part
good.
is correct.
Well, I think it is okay because I was going to say soap because again I have relatives there and I've never seen soap in any
Yeah.
of the bathtubs.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it's a donkey.
you can't keep it, but you can keep it. You can probably keep chickens in there.
How about a marmot?
You can keep a marmot, a chicken, a hen.
Well, in the Big Lebowski, they throw a marmot in the bathtub. Have you ever
True.
seen the Big Lebowski, by the way?
Oh, you have?
Okay.
Maybe,
Are
maybe
you free tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, at 6,
you
7
should
o'clock?
join us for our skit. We're going to be on stage tomorrow night, Monday night.
Well, it's really
Always
to see the Big Lebowski, though, if you wanted to see it.
Yeah.
No,
It's in Coolidge Corner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Seen it once.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
We go
No,
every
it
year.
gets better every
Well, it's
time.
funny
Oh,
because
it
you go
does?
with the big, you can see it on the big screen,
First.
and with people that are, laughing, and then before they do a little bowling match,
Oh, do that.
and they have people
do
go
a
up on
little-
stage dressed in characters and do a routine,
Yeah.
Whoa.
which is what we
The
play.
little skit we tried to do a minute
Yeah,
ago.
we're gonna do a
Rocky
routine.
Horror Show.
We're going to do that.
Yeah, kind of
It's-
like
it's
that.
sort of like that.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Well, I
All
think
right,
we need to.
here's
we
what we're
have
gonna
plenty of
do.
sentiments. You're welcome to stay
Stay
or go
here
wherever
because
you
we
like.
might need your laugh, even if you don't think
Yeah.
this is funny. Laugh
Okay.
anyway.
Okay.
All right.
The great Larry England. There we are.
Okay. So
Well,
I'm
let's
just
get you in
gonna-
frame.
I'm
Larry,
just gonna-
you want to do a little stand up first and then
Yeah.
maybe play the trumpet? Play us
Yeah. Well, if
out?
we have time for the trumpet.
All right, let's give you an
Okay.
intro. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the lovely and talented Larry England.
Hey, thank you, everybody. It's great,
Yeah.
great to be here. So, does anybody out here have a dog? Do you have a dog? Do you like dogs? Well, I've noticed, what's kind of a dog that I always think about? It's the poodle. And I think about it because I don't really see poodles as much as I used to.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, poodles were everywhere. They were kind of like a little weird, kind of strange-looking creatures. But lately, I've seen these much, cuter dogs. And they've all got poodle in them. They're part poodle. They're mixing them. You got the Cocker Spaniel with the poodle. You got the Cockapoodle. You got the Australian Husky with the poodle. You got the Aussie Poodle. You got the Bernie Poodle, from the Bernese Mountain Dog and the Poodle. You've got the Labradoodle, the Cockapoodle,
Wow.
the Triclopsa Poodle. You've got them all. They're all so cute.
They're everywhere.
So what did they do? They rounded up all these other dogs and they sent them in and they started stooping these poodles. These poodles are getting stooped. And I don't even know if there's any more poodles anymore. There's all these combos. The poor poodle getting stooped. That's not right.
No, that's not right.
That's not right.
That's definitely not
Yeah.
right.
So, speaking of dogs, I was walking down the street last week with my wife, and across the street we saw this dog, this huge dog. And a van came to a screeching halt, and the driver jumped out, walked up to the dog's owner, and said in utter amazement, "Is that an English Mastiff?" And the owner responded very proudly, "Yup." And the driver says, "Beautiful! What a gorgeous creature." So I turn to my wife and I go, "Yeah, beautiful dog. What about me?" So a minute later, the same driver crosses the street. He turns to my wife and he says, "Is that a nearly 60-year-old neurotic Jewish male?" She proudly responds,
Wow.
"Yep." She responded, "Yep," and he goes, "Beautiful! What a gorgeous creature!" So, I have a dog. Hold on, I got 4 more jokes. So I got a dog, and her name's Jen, and she's so spoiled. She's got me wrapped around her little paw. In fact, it takes me an extra 20 minutes every morning to leave the house because I have to feed her in a very specific fashion. Not only do I have to give her human-grade food, pot roast, steak, potatoes, maybe a nice glass of Beaujolais,
Of course.
but even then she won't come over. I have to stand on my head and sing the Star-Spangled Banner in reverse, and then and only then she might take a nibble.
Wow.
Yeah. So, all right, that's
That's
so,
not bad, not bad.
So I actually have work for a living.
Oh.
Yeah. And I've been thinking lately, I'm getting to an age where I'm starting to think about retirement. And as I'm thinking about retirement, I realized, when people should really retire, especially if they're working in an office setting. So, to me, 65 is very arbitrary. 65, how did they come up with that? Some people at 65 are like 75 or 80. Some are like 50. So, I've come up with a much better way on when people should retire. I think if you're at the office and you're uncontrollably farting, perhaps that's a good time to hang it up. Maybe that's when you should decide it's time to go home.
So be based on gas.
Yeah, exactly. So, I've noticed over the past 5 years. I've been going to the hospital much more frequently. It's usually Mass General. I'm always over there for something. It's my knee, my shoulder, my back. 68 mosquito bites.
68.
68 mosquito bites. Did you know that mosquitoes are attracted to neurotic Jewish men? The more it's true. The more anxious you are, the more you hyperventilate. And the more you hyperventilate, the more carbon dioxide you give off. And mosquitoes love carbon dioxide. So, I was out for dinner a few weeks ago with a couple of friends. Maxine is Jewish, 2 friends, Maxine and John. Max is Jewish and John is Irish. So we played a round of golf, and then we had dinner, and we ate outside by a marsh. Mosquito heaven. And I ended up with 68 mosquitoes. Max had over 50. John sat there drinking his beer, eating a burger, and he didn't get bit once.
They went after the 2 Jews.
That's my punchline.
Wow.
They went after the 2 Jews.
It's unbelievable.
Anti-Semites.
Mosquitoes are
You're going to need
anti-Semites.
to be in the audience throwing out the punchline.
Wow.
Yeah. So the next morning, I called my nurse practitioner. It was my 4th call this week. I told her about my mosquito bites. I said, "What should I do?" She said, "Stop calling here."
30 seconds.
So you know, the phone is not the only way to get through. Mass General has this new communication system. It's called Patient Gateway. It's an online portal. And it's very popular. They have over 100,000 users. Whenever I want to complain to one of my doctors, I just type in my note and I send it over. It's fantastic. I use it with great regularity. In fact, I use it so frequently I'm starting to get rewards points.